Hello friends, in today's video we are going to learn the difference between initialization and assignment in constructor. Let's understand the initialization and assignment through the simple code. So initialization is nothing but setting a value at the time of creation. Here we can see we are creating a variable a and assigning value 100. So here we are doing a creation and assignment at a time. But in assignment we can change the value after creation. So here we are declaring variable x and assigning value later on. Let's take an example of simple class constructor. So we have seated class and we have parameterized constructor. Here we have string and integer as a parameter and we have two data members. So when we write any class constructor, we have to transfer the values of these parameters to the corresponding data members. And we can do it in two ways. One through the assignment and second through the member initialization list. So how we can do the assignment in constructor? So this is the example. These are the parameters and we are assigning those to the corresponding data members. And this is initialization of data members through the member initialization list. Now let's understand the difference between these two approaches. When assignment inside the constructor is used, construction of object processed in two ways. First, initialization of a data members and second, execution of the constructor body. So in above example, equals operator will get called for string. So it result in a two calls. First for a default call, default constructor, and second for the assignment of that data member inside the constructor body. On other hand, if we use a member initialization list, the data members will get initialized through the single call to copy constructor. So, initialization via member initialization list avoids unnecessary calls and hence always preferable. In C++, constant data members and reference data must be initialized and never assigned. So till now, we understand the significance of member initialization over the assignment. However, there are few situations where we prefer to use assignment. Let's understand those through simple example. So we can see here the data member list is used. So in this example, let's say we have to initialize all ints and double to some default value. So it doesn't make sense to use a member initialization list here. So, and second thing, there is no operational difference between initialization and assignment for non-const, non-reference object of built-in types. So it's better to use assignment. Even we can use any member function to assign or initialize those data members. Similarly, for the static class members, they should never be initialized in a class constructor. Those members are initialized only once per programmer. So we initialize those outside the class. So we can see we have a static data member here and the definition and initialization is outside the class. So we never initialize static data members using member initialization list in constructor. So that is for initialization and assignment. Thank you.